I was saying earlier before we started recording that I've been sort of like watching some YouTube videos on sort of similar topics as ours to, of course, steal their ideas and incorporate them into our own.
Much in the same way that you stole $200 from me. In a sense.
Exactly. And those guys, they have like production values. And granted, like we're a podcast first that is also on YouTube, and they're like YouTube channels, but like they've got like animations and shit. Like there's this one guy, really interesting. Wish I remember the name so I could shout him out as if someone like 10 times our followers needs a shout out. But like he was talking about like how the fucking Romanian gold mining industry like poisoned the Danube. Went out to Romania, walked around, kicked cancer-causing dust around. That's like, I'm sort of glad that we're not doing that.
Don't have to do that. You don't have to wear a respirator. You don't have to do any of that. What's really embarrassing is when those high production value channels, like they make this expensive animation about something and they're wrong.
Yeah, no, that is true. That's really funny.
Yeah, that happens pretty frequently. At least when we're wrong, we didn't put too much effort into it.
We're confidently wrong. I think the thing is it inculcates a kind of healthy skepticism in the listener to be like, you know, these people that have, you know, the expertise that, you know, not being able to activate Windows can grant you.
Right.
He knows how to do it. He just doesn't want to.
No, I don't want to give money to that company anymore. I don't.
You're right to do it. I mean, they're on the BDS like priority list. I'm pretty sure.
Exactly. That's why I can't play Minecraft anymore.
Oh goddamn!
It's sort of like one weird trick for developing an audience that isn't going to be insanely pedantic of everything that you do is just they just sort of assume that you're only like 3/4 correct generally,
and then you get.
6, 7,
7, yeah.
6, 7.
Sort of
6, 7.
All right, cool. We are
that area. Yeah.
We are bad people.
I don't dispute this.
No, I'm a good person. Yeah.
A good person would forgive me for like taking those $200 from you.
No. That was just theft. I can't forgive theft.
Well, we had a good run. I have finished my I broke my pen. I have finished my torrent, so I am ready to record.
God fucking damn it.
Have you not been recording this whole time?
No, I've been recording.
You just like in a sort of unready to do it basis. You know, now you're ready.
Just like, I guess.
Now you're locked in.
I got Seinfeld and Community.
Nice.
Also, November, you were invited to the Plex server. I have your.
God damn it. Okay.
Yeah,
fine.
it's just sitting there. You and Noah. Noah was like, "Oh, can you invite me to your Plex server?" 6 or 7 times, and I'm
6 or 7.
This is the coldest open we ever done. It's getting colder by the second.
We will cut all of this fucking amok collapse of an opening.
Yeah, we're
gonna take us in.
We're gonna have to measure this in degrees Kelvin.
Oh, my atoms, they're so cold.
Or worse, Rankine. That's something for another episode.
The illusion of free choice. You have to measure temperature using a Scottish guy.
Is Rankine Scottish?
Yeah, 100%.
I didn't know that.
Rankin, very Scottish name. Like, you got like Rankin, Kelvin, Celsius, so Swedish, and then Fahrenheit, German. I'm guessing
German, yes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, what if a What if a Swedish man was Scottish, or what if a German man was Scottish?
Horrendous car crash of accents,
folks. Welcome to Well, There's Your Problem.
Nailed it.
It's a podcast about engineering disasters with slides. I'm Justin Rosniak. I'm the person who's talking right now. My pronouns are he and him. Okay, go.
I'm November Kelly. I'm the person who's talking right now. My pronouns are she and her. Yay, Liam.
Yay, Liam. Hi, I'm Liam McAnderson. My pronouns are he and him. I'm the person talking right now. And we have a guest. You may be wondering where Victoria is. I ate her. She went for a run. No. She fell into
these are the consequences of heavy. These are the consequences of healthy living. You go for a run, you get eaten.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing is, I was gonna go visit June, but the subway caught on fire.
Yes, it did.
So it's
a
good thing
caught on fire.
I didn't do that.
Signs and portents, and we have a guest.
Yes, I am the guest. Hello. My name is Josh Borman. I am the person who is talking right now, and my pronouns are he and also him.
The Josh of all possible Borman.
Very true. Yes. Very true.
Man who does not have $200.
I don't, but
what would happen to it?
Given that you owe me $200, Nova, it's kind of funny that I think I've faced you down 4 times now over the course of the past week or so, and every single time I just look at you and you just sit there and you taunt me.
I do. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna get those dollars out in cash from like a bureau d'échange and just sort of fan them, do like a money spread. You know,
just like all $1 bills,
like you're an aspiring rapper.
200 of them.
Wow.
You don't know that I'm not an aspiring rapper. I can aspire to be anything I want to be. I learned that in primary school.
I didn't say that you couldn't be. I would love to hear your mixtape. I assume it's straight gas.
Oh yeah, no. There's bars in here.
And what we see in front of us is a very normal bridge.
This is nice. This is stylish. I like the blue. I like the font.
I like how it hasn't come down yet.
I really like the Ambassador Bridge, like aesthetically. Yeah, we're talking about the Ambassador Bridge today, folks. It's so stupid.
This almost has like a bonus energy already. You know, like you should be paying to be here.
You could cut news and we could do it as a bonus.
No, we got to talk about the news. There's so much news.
We got to talk about how they nuked Glasgow, ?
Well, no, hold on a second.
Oh, fuck, right.
First, we have to do the goddamn news. Oh, hold on. I have to do this. How do I
Let's see if this works.
This is
not so easy, is it?
Nope.
Oh yeah.
No. We're here we go.
Yeah.
So, well, there's your problem with 10,000 lost to share Discord because I'm cheap and.
All right. Yeah, the other fault with this is that this doesn't fade down.
I told you
just get the fade
out. I told you just gotta click it a second time and it'll fade out.
How do I?
I don't know. I kind of like hearing the whole thing. You know, it's nice. You know, getting sort of reintroduced to it. So
to quote to vaguely misquote my mom's middle school principal. Students and faculty, sexy coffee is on fire. We have reason to believe it is burning.
Yeah. I hate
let
to
my
say
plans grow. Oh, thank God.
But because of the left's intolerance of free speech and the changes in our society, we have lost sexy coffee in Glasgow.
How could you say that? There's flavor for days. It's right there on the right.
That's true. So, Glasgow has been destroyed. It's over. I'm personally recording this. I sound different, as you may have noticed. I sound different because I'm recording this from around a sort of barrel full of burning embers.
It's actually an AI recreation of November Kelly.
Yeah, we got real good at that.
Very strict instructions, like Scott Adams, that in the event of my death in a sort of like vape shop fire situation, to use AI to make me continue to podcast forever in a kind of hellish non-existence. So there's this, there used to be this vape shop, like a sort of illegal, unregistered vape shop, directly next to Central Station, one of the like 2 main stations in Glasgow and the like sole link to England.
The big one, the important one.
Yeah. Nice architecture, as Justin, you know.
I have fond memories of showing up there for a train that ended up being completely fucking canceled thanks to ongoing rail strikes.
Yeah. Well, so what if
I was the
much
only
more
person
of that
to have a nice time on a Voyager leaving from that station?
Yeah, and you may yet be, because this vape shop, it turns out, was maybe not the most successful or safe or sort of reasonable steward of a bunch of lithium-ion batteries.
Learn to dip.
Yeah, and so we don't know exactly what caused the fire, but
is
fire.
Is it the big stack of lithium-ion batteries labeled "Careful"?
I'm suspecting so. Yeah, I mean there is a sort of video of a guy trying fruitlessly to sort of extinguish it as like more of them explode. It looks like the opening of Children of Men. It's grim. And so this has now taken out the whole building next to the station, which includes the bafflingly named Sexy Coffee. And Blue Lagoon Fish and Chip Shop, which also burned down itself last year. So it's just really a sort of cursed block. It's a really weird vibes up there. But
it's Sexy Coffee, like a Hooters, but for coffee.
So Sexy Coffee, the deal is it's a coffee shop with like coffee themed cocktails, and it's open late.
What?
Yeah, it's something that doesn't feel like it should be in an English speaking country. It feels like it should be like you're in Romania, like drunk off your ass, and you run into something called Sexy Coffee in like Bucharest. You know?
Yeah. You're gonna go to you're gonna have espresso what is it? Espresso martini. I looked through the pictures, and it does look like a nice espresso martini. I will say that.
So
I like an espresso martini.
I never went into Sexy Coffee because I was put off by the name.
Okay.
No, I never went to Sexy Coffee because I'm like, what am I going to go to somewhere called Sexy Coffee for? You know. But so the station is maybe fine, maybe not, but it is closed for like indefinitely.
Oh,
you're kidding.
Yeah, I was about to say they must be having. I would not want to be working for Great British Railways at this point.
No,
just on account of. I'm sure the train shed probably bore into the masonry of this building, right?
Yeah, I believe so. And because it's got like a big vaulted glass roof, you don't want to let people back in there without being certain that they're not going to get a sort of Victorian leaded glass pane through the, side of the head.
Yeah. Because then you not only do you die, you also get stupider. Yeah.
Yeah, trying not to get Phineas Gage, trying not to get Final Destination. The actual like building itself, which was very historic, 19th century building, is, as you see, just completely collapsed into the street.
I was surprised how bad this was, like from the fire alone. It gives you like sort of some sense of perspective. Like, gee, fire's really bad, guys.
Fire's really bad, and like this was a really weird thing to let happen directly next to a really strategic sort of site as well.
High value property,
high value target.
Well, this kind of reminds me of in New York. This was like maybe decade and a half ago when there was like a Palms Frites shop that blew up in the East Village of New York City.
Oh, that dates it.
Yeah. And it was directly adjacent to like this building that had a theater, like it was like a bar with a theater in the basement where I produced some shit back when I was still young and making theater. And I mean, I still am making theater. I don't know why I said that as if I don't do it anymore. I guess my point is that when you're young and the world seems fully at your fingertips and you think that everything that you're making is the most beautiful thing with the most value, it makes you ideological in a way that is not the case as you grow older. So you can be horrified by the mere visage of the theater that has been exploded thanks to, I think, too much gas. It was like natural gas leak or something like that.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is,
York,
this is part of a sort of broader trend, right? Like Glasgow is a very flammable city, but it's mostly like property developers burning down listed buildings so they can turn them into student flats.
Oh, yeah.
This just authentically an accident, as far as I know, but it is reflective of the entire city center being just kind of dead retail space. And so the only kind of businesses, with some exceptions, admittedly, that can
bootleg
sort of
vape
stay
shops
there.
And sexy coffee.
Bootleg vapes and sexy coffee and bootleg
Sexy
vapes
coffee,
burn down sexy coffee and also maybe Central Station.
Hey, you know what other city has a long and storied history of people burning down buildings because it's cheaper to recoup on the insurance money? Detroit, Michigan.
Oh yeah. I think that might come up later.
Yeah.
I will note that thank God the Gregs survived.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
My sort of local color detail is that I didn't go out with a camera for this, right? Like I respected myself enough not to do that. But
you're
deeply
doing way
admire
better than I did when the what's it called? The Goodwill collapsed in Philly.
I should have, right? Like, why do I have all this camera shit? And to be fair, the fire service were like, stop flying drones over our heads. But the person who really has my heart is the person who brought a large format press camera on a tripod and just stuck it at the end of the police cordon and like sort of winched it up and was taking like, I think 4x5s. Of this sort of like devastation. That's incredible. And I wish someday to get on that person's level. So I died. It's over.
It's over.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
And you can never have
I'm not leaving you the $200 in the world.
Come on.
No one can ever have coffee in a sexy way ever again.
No, they have to go to Greg's instead.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you, Nova, about the time that I was my unifying theory about like why beer is one of the reasons that every English person drinks so much beer is that it's like the only way to get good cheap carbs. And then somebody said, well, you could just go to Greg's. And I was like, what are you talking about? I said good cheap carbs.
No, I'm not gonna fight you for the honor of Greg's. Greg's is mid.
Yeah.
But
it serves a purpose, but like, come on, let's not get carried away here.
All right. That's me. Where everything it's done here.
Yeah. All right. So we've established the podcast does not respect Greg's. In other news, right, I have to do the thing.
You alt tab and then do the yeah.
That's
hold on.
Nope.
No. That was the wrong.
Ask not. There we go.
Hey, there we go.
There we go.
Okay. How do I?
Yeah. So in far less consequential news, you know,
this is
we bought Isfahan.
This is happening somewhere far away where there's like two guys and a camel. No. Holy shit.
Things of this nature.
Holy it's fucking shit.
Yeah, you want to talk about it being over. You want to talk about it being over. It's happening. The thing is happening. Donald Trump has like started a war that the US now can't get out of.
Yeah, I can't. When I saw like smoke clouds coming out behind the big fucking mosque in Isfahan, it's over. It's done, folks. Like I can't fucking believe that. I am so fucking mad. Jesus Christ.
This is
they don't even believe in Jesus Christ over there. He's just a prophet. Jesus Christ.
It's the culmination of like years of stupidity unleashed by Trump assassinating Qasem Soleimani.
Yeah.
Who turned out to be the Jenga block keeping this whole thing together. And you know, now that sort of he's gone, and now that the Maduro thing went well, Trump, I think, thought that he could do this and impose regime change by bombing, which is
we invented regime change via air superiority from the book. You can do regime change via air superiority
from the sort of 1920s manual of air policing. Yeah, and now finds instead that he is on Ali Larijani's timetable. You know. Which is different than his. And Iran can, it seems, do a longer war than anybody is really prepared for. Yep. With the kind of baked in assumption that the US and Israel are just going to keep bombing whatever the fuck they want, you know, kill hundreds of school children at a time, or like blow up sort of like ancient architecture, or anything even sort of tenuously of military value. And it doesn't matter because you still can't make insurance companies insure tankers going through the Strait of Hormuz.
I did like Trump saying, "Oh, it's fine now," and then somebody quote tweeted it from CNBC with just a picture of a tanker that had gotten trucked.
Mm-hmm.
You just like you feel so fucking ashamed.
Yes,
ashamed is the word.
You. This is it. It's bad. I don't even know what to say. But I hate it. I hate it so much.
Well, it's also like this is a sort of a regime in the Islamic Republic, right? That was like shooting into crowds a few weeks before. So this isn't to say anything in their defense, right? But unambiguously, the US and Israel, the aggressors here, and they've put Iran in a position where any rational Iranian government would have no choice but to do exactly what they're doing now, which is to just hit everything. And I, think that whatever sort of quagmire this results in is entirely of the US and Israel's making.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And they were fucking prepared too. I mean, that's the other thing is, it's not surprising how well prepared they were given what the intervening, 15 years have looked like for Iran. But what has been surprising is the extent to which the United States has seemingly been caught on the back foot about all this. Like for some reason, they were not expecting that Iran would have a game plan in place and that they would be ready. I think they just figured that they would fold immediately, which doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, it doesn't.
Just getting kind of like lured into it with the like 12-day war and with it was even amongst your kind of like NatSec blob people, right? It was kind of this thing of like, well, Millennium Challenge is just like a meme, right? They can't actually do it. There are a bunch of kind of false assumptions embedded in that, and basically we're going to wipe them out, right? And nobody's contesting Iranian airspace, right? That's done, but it doesn't matter. And I think the kind of failure to apprehend that in advance is idiotic. I also think no one's going to learn anything from this, even if it does a full like energy crisis.
I mean, the one thing that I will say I am noticing as, an American idiot who is constantly communicating with and being exposed to other American idiots is that the whole like, well, I don't like the Ayatollah very much. And, at the end of the day, these Iranians, they have problems that need to be dealt with. But Donald Trump is going about it the wrong way. Like that shit is not flying anymore. In the same way that there was this broad-based consensus that on Israel-Palestine was like, well, it's really pretty complicated, And there's something about the approach that the U.S.-Israel alliance has taken toward all matters in the fucking Levant over the past few years that has completely put the lie to all of those inanities that we've heard time and time and time again.
Oh, sure.
They don't give a fuck anymore. There's like the consent manufactory is switched off
because they don't even care. I mean, the approval rating for this war is 41%, which is the lowest of any. I mean, Iraq was 75%, and I remember there were millions of us in the street protesting that.
Yep.
And I don't understand. But the thing I don't understand, right? It's like, you guys war gamed for this, presumably somewhere in there in the bowels of the Pentagon, I assume next to the Dunkin' Donuts. And
extensively.
Yeah. And yeah, I agree with Josh. I think that it just seems like, they don't have air superiority. It's like they don't fucking need air superiority. They can do asymmetrical warfare forever. They can go on forever. That's how asymmetrical warfare works. Ask the fucking Soviets in Afghanistan how it turned out for them.
Or at the fucking Americans in Iraq.
Right.
It's also like this idea that we're going to police, hundreds of miles of coastline for USVs, small boats, fucking rocket launchers, whatever, drone sites, whatever the fuck, right? You're going to blow up every like truck in southern Iran. And then your sort of upshot of this is you're going to keep doing that, and you're going to keep spending money and keeping forces deployed that you can't really afford to because you didn't really plan to, until Lloyd's or like any other maritime insurer is like, yeah, sure, whatever, we'll sort of like get back in the sending sort of tankers through club. And it's a fantasy.
Yeah. Okay, I want to say like two things. I mean, they're a little bit corny, but the Trump administration is already talking about, or officials from the Trump administration have already been talking about, yeah, maybe we'll have to do a draft, whatever. If you are in the United States and you are under 26,
CO status right now
to dodge the draft.
Yes.
I don't know, whatever you do. I mean, a great way to do it. Looks like to be become trans. I don't know. Do whatever.
It's always good advice. I think I applaud the Trump administration's recognition that the lives of trans Americans are too precious to risk in combat.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. The other thing is, I know for a fact a lot of you folks in the defense contracting industry or in the intelligence community listen to this podcast, and I am talking to you right now. You can walk out. You have a
duty to walk out. Google fragging real quick for me.
If given a gun, I will kill the and then you'll have to think that. Sorry, Devin.
You don't have to walk out of this in such a way that you get arrested. You can.
That is also true.
Likely just walk out. You don't have to.
You can do the lib thing, and I have to admit, I think it is a relatively honorable thing to do, if sometimes hypocritical, to do the lib thing of like, I am straight up resigning in protest because I think this is criminal, right? Like, you could do a lot worse. Most people do, in fact.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is an option. Don't sort of, allow yourself to get sort of that cloak of irony where it's like, I'm doing sort of epic non-credible defense shit, and it's like, no, you're not. You're complicit in a terrible crime. A terrible crime which is going to like harm your own country a great deal.
The pain that you are feeling in your heart, that dissonance, that is your conscience.
You don't ignore it.
And some gender dysphoria probably as well. So you should probably
And then two birds with one stone, because you won't get drafted either.
Yeah, exactly. So quit your job, start doing estrogen. I mean, worked for me. I could have been a lawyer by now. Can you imagine?
Yeah, and you would have been a terrific one. Do what my dad did and simply light your draft card on fire. Do what I did, and what I think, Roz, did you register as a CO? Because I did.
I did not, because I don't think I had the option to do. I don't know if I ever registered for selective
In order to get federal FAFSA money, you have to have registered for the draft. It is a bonkers policy. Federal student aid.
What's FAFSA?
Federal student aid.
Yeah. It's part of the application process. Like, you have to submit your draft card alongside your student aid paperwork. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a Holden blood-faced policy.
I can tell you 100%. I never looked at a draft card in my entire life. So
that's my boy.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe they thought you were trans. I don't know.
I have no idea.
You just what you need to do is you need to go back and get a copy of your birth certificate and see if they didn't put an F on there by mistake. And they just think like, oh yeah,
Justine Rosniak. Yeah, easy peasy.
No. I know if I were,
you could name him.
If I were born a woman, I would have been named Jessica.
Oh,
yes.
I don't like that. I don't like you as a Jessica. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think you can identify however you want.
This is
not as Jessica,
this is an important thing for me to know. I am trying to cultivate the personality as the world's most civilian man, and this helps. What's a gun? I don't know.
Yeah. Absolutely no camouflage, things of this nature. You're not meeting any grooming standards.
He's not.
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
What you got to do is you got to get, this is another option if you don't want to become trans, is get a bunch of like really disqualifying tattoos.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Get like
progressive candidate for Senator Graham Plattner.
Have you seen Pete Hegseth's tattoos?
I have.
Clearly, they are not disqualifying
I have seen
anymore.
his tattoos. They are very concerning.
What I'm talking about is you get a Comic Sans "fuck the army" in like
on your forehead.
Yeah.
So when you salute, it just says "fuck the army" right there.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to have to add in like other branches so they can't put you anywhere else as well, because like the fuck the army guy is probably going to do pretty well in like the Marines.
Yeah, he's there. He's an OCS for the Navy.
Fuck the United States uniformed corps. It has to go all the way down here.
Yeah, it's the fucking bit from The Simpsons. I am sick and tired of all of these jokes about my giant hand. It's that, but it's on your entire arm.
Eat shit, Noah.
Yeah, if you're in this like Surgeon General's uniformed public health corps, frag your commanding officer and leave.
Yeah. Big Tobacco is good, actually. Another martyr for the cause.
All right.
Yeah, no, this is it's butchery, and America is a terrible country. Let's not skip over Britain's complicity in this either, which has been weirdly halting, but still.
It's going to be funny to see how these takes age in 2 weeks. It's going to be, it's going to be, when this episode comes out, it's going to be interesting to say the least. I don't know. Maybe we'll
hit Dubai again.
I mean,
again.
The one other thing I will say is it's been very funny seeing all the people being like, well, Taco Trump is back up to his old tricks and he's chickening out. Well, guess what, dipshit? It's not up to you if you're going to pull out anymore.
You're killed 175 fucking kids, man.
Penis stuck in mousetrap. Please advise.
Yeah, Trump thought he could make this somebody else's problem.
Doesn't work that way.
Apparently not. Didn't work this time.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what he wants, because he's old and senile, and yeah.
Well, yeah, he wants a nice ballroom attached.
Go to bed, and you'll have to bleep this 32 minutes, 30 seconds in.
What if I didn't?
Sorry, not you, Roz. I love you, and no, not you. You're handsome.
But I agree with the idea of putting a nice ballroom next to the
Can we but real quick before we move off this, can we salute the one true hero of this war, right? The ghost of Kuwait.
Yes.
That brave, Gucci belted aviator who locked in, went ace combat mode, and became 3/5 of an ace in a minute. Now, granted, it's easier when they think that you're on their side, but we know better, don't we?
Yeah. Well, no one paid for the friend of flow transponders, I guess.
That's DLC.
We didn't think we'd we spent all that time bombing paintings of fighter planes in Iran. We didn't think that they were, anything was left. Didn't consider, it's one of our own.
We live in the dumbest goddamn country on God's green earth.
Yeah. Anyway, that was the goddamn news. How do I?
You can do it.
You can do your tab, and then you press the button, and then you alt tab back.
Christ on
God fucking damn it.
By the way, speaking of baseball, did you all see that Italy beat the United States at the World Baseball Classic?
Aaron Judge, thanks for nothing, you big dumb Yankee sack of shit.
That's classic Yankees behavior. Fuck the Yankees.
Fuck the Yankees.
Dubai's looking beautiful.
My favorite thing about Roz is when he does something that he finds funny, he gives this little giggle. It's the most endearing goddamn thing where he's like, hee hee hee. I just love it.
So, our first question we must ask: what is Detroit?
Rules.
RoboCop.
Ford
Motor Company.
Yes.
People Mover.
Renaissance.
Weird
Center.
Pizza. Renaissance Center.
Great pizza. Weird but great.
Being largely owned by one guy.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
yes.
right. Yeah.
Pony dogs.
M&M.
Yes.
The Lions, the Tigers,
D12.
the Pistons,
the Red Wings,
yeah.
Insane Clown Posse,
Yes.
Omni Consumer Products.
Gross Point Blank.
Oh,
Ooh.
hell yeah.
What else?
The
Campus Martius.
Yes. That stupid Journey song. Don't stop believing.
I hate that fucking song.
Chrysler.
There's no midnight train going anywhere from Detroit anymore.
No, and South Detroit doesn't exist. Famously, they were talking about a radio station that played their single in Southfield, Michigan, which ironically is actually northwest of Detroit. But they didn't know that.
Well, South
Deus
Detroit.
Ex Human Revolution.
That's right. David Seraph, Adam Jensen, Farida Malik.
That's my girl.
I love her.
Detroit is a great American city we all love.
The arsenal of democracy.
Yes.
Also, the Pistons play there.
Across from Detroit
Malice at
is
the Palace.
a rival city.
Are we going to boo the Canadians? Because I'm ready.
What is Windsor?
Sucks.
It looks bad.
The Caesars Casino.
Yeah, that's it.
Richie Houghton.
Bootlegging.
Being named for a family of pedophiles.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Richie Houghton again.
I'm going with bootlegging a second time. That shitty Canadian whiskey I once made Roz take a shot of.
Shitty Canadian whiskey, but I repeat myself.
Yeah. I will back him up. I know more about whiskey than you do, you fucking dweebs in the comments. I have a drinking problem.
When I'm in
really
the Mark Carney alliance of medium powers and I have to pretend to like Canadian Club.
The other side of the bridge that we are talking about as part of this episode. That's what Windsor is.
Yeah, I actually have no fucking idea what happens in Windsor. Windsor is like a complete
It's mostly the casino.
I just know it's there. It exists.
Canada's Las Vegas.
Yeah. No, we'll hold on. There's also Niagara Falls, Ontario.
Yeah.
Well,
all casinos, and there's a Ripley's Believe It or Not there, and a Hershey's Chocolate World.
That's right.
And
nice microclimate.
Yeah,
Ooh,
and
that's a good point.
Niagara, I like Niagara on the Lake.
That's right.
That's nice. I like.
You go up there, you might find a wild Riley Quinn running around potentially. It's possible. The Shaw Festival is also up there at Niagara on the Lake. Very nice.
I like that Niagara on the Lake is so essentially Riley a place to be from that we're still doing bits about it even in his absence. Like when I'm not on, you guys aren't doing like bits about Bromley, and I'm glad, because it doesn't have a kind of cultural.
What is a Bromley?
Bromley is the suburb, exurb really of southeastern London, where I am from. It is the only borough of London to have no tube stations. You can only get into it or out of it by rail or bus, and it sucks dick.
Oh,
it's a real bad place.
You grew up, and that's why we started this podcast November. You grew up in London's Burke, Virginia.
Yeah. The novel The Buddha of Suburbia is set there. It's very boring. It's very leafy. For a while, it was the safest conservative seat in the country. Yeah.
I'm gonna make a Bromley joke in next week's The Worst of All Possible Worlds for you.
Just go ahead and Google image Bromley High Street,
right.
and just feel yourself age 5 years.
Bromley High Street.
You want to do some shopping, experience, all of the kind of luxury of
there we go.
Living in London, like global city, like world financial center, incredibly glamorous place.
Looks like you got a Greg's. Looks like you got a Pizza Hut.
Yeah. Could say that covers most of it. Place that looks like it's got kind of dry rot.
Roz, you're getting a phone call.
Yes, I am, and it's from June.
Tell her you can't hang out. Put her on.
We're recording a podcast.
Yeah, answer the phone on the podcast. That's right, baby.
Nova forgot that daylight savings time exists, so we're podcasting.
I'm sorry. Please tell June I'm sorry.
Please say hi to June for me.
Yeah, say hi to June for me.
June says hi.
Hi.
Hi, June.
Great. Okay, amazing. We're doing great. We're doing great on this podcast today.
The 10,000 Losses bit, one of the favorite things we do is research live on air, where we're just like, I don't know, and then you can hear me and Tom just like slamming away on the keyboard. And then I was talking to Tom the other day. He was like, so when we met a fan, shout out Joshua,
thank you.
Yeah, not you, at Kyber Pass, and he was like, yeah, you guys seem to be like really well researched in the process. And Tom goes, I have seen the process. I have been screaming at Roz 15 minutes to go before the slides are in, just trying to get this shit to paper. And I'm like, yeah. I want to peel back the curtain a little bit.
So anyway, that's what Windsor, Ontario is.
Yeah.
I wonder how much a handle of Windsor Canadian whiskey is.
Now, and these cities are across from each other.
$12.
How do they get the river to do that?
Very carefully.
Oh God,
pretty cool.
The fucking lakes are amazing. You know what the weird thing about them is that in 100,000 years they will fill up and we won't have them anymore.
Huh?
Yeah. That's something to think about in the future.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I'll worry about that in 100,000 years when they have preserved my body in what's that called when you freeze your head?
Formaldehyde.
No.
Cryogenics.
Cryogenics. Yeah, baby. All right,
love you. I like that in Windsor there's a McDonald's in Sandwich. That pleases me.
Ooh, yeah,
bye.
Sure. So yeah, there's no South Detroit because of course that's Windsor.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where Detroit is, this exciting place where you get to go south to go to Canada.
It's the only place in the entire United States where you can go south to go to Canada.
And anyway, lots of people want to go to Canada.
Oh, I have seen this image. This image is actually burned into my brain from Roz's, for our both, one ill-fated trip to Newfoundland and then one that actually went successfully.
I posted this image every single time on social media when we went to Canada.
Nice. I know.
Doing the kind of like liberalism bicycle cartoon, but it's like, yeah, the two great powers working equally as they should, the United States and Britain.
Yes. We're gonna create this amazing country. It's called Canada.
I just want to point out that Uncle Sam is not representative of the average American. We are much tubbier than that.
Yeah. I like the British fellow though. I like
John
his
Bull?
red coat. Yeah, that is John Bull, isn't it? Yeah.
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 That's our hideous sort of Tory landowner caricature.
Right. You got John Bull and Uncle Sam, and they're both carrying some sacks of cash. One of those sacks contains pounds. The other sack contains dollars. I'm assuming at least 200 of them, but I wouldn't know.
No, you wouldn't.
Sucks to be you.
Yeah. We're gonna make Nova come to Canada to get those dollars.
I would love to go to Canada. Also, I appreciate that in sort of nod to local traditions, they're carrying this money on what appears to be a kind of toboggan or incipient future toboggan.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the Iditarod, lads.
So now we must ask, what is... Okay, so there was a railroad that was chartered to build from Toronto to Chicago by way of Windsor and was thus called the Michigan Central.
In that it sort of is central to cutting Michigan out of the thing.
Yes. Well, it does go through Michigan, right? There's actually several lines through there. The Michigan Central is sort of... Okay, we have to understand the New York Central Railroad, which was an amalgamation. I
don't want to do that.
I don't want to either, but we have to.
I want to. Keep going, Roz. I want to.
No. Congrats on outing yourself as a green hat on a podcast of red hats.
Anyway, while we're recording this, it is Jay Saute's birthday, so happy birthday.
He's a green hat, yeah.
I know he is. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Anyway, so this is sort of... This is a railroad. I believe it is chartered separately, but it very quickly becomes part of the New York Central system of railroads, right? Essentially, you have the water level route from New York City to Chicago, right? Most trains are going to go north along the Hudson and then west along the Erie Canal sort of route. Down on the south side of Lake Erie, and then over the flat over there. But there is also the Michigan Central route, which goes through Toronto, or goes near Toronto, excuse me, and then goes through Detroit, right, and then over to Chicago. So you're hitting more important destinations in that sense.
I like being sort of approximately in Toronto, like probabilistically you're in Toronto.
Yeah. You're sort of like you're in Hamilton, like you're basically in Toronto, right? Anyway.
Walk.
Mm-hmm. So
you don't like it, build your own goddamn railroad.
Exactly. Several people did. But for this railroad, crossing the Detroit River was difficult because no one figured out how to lay railroad tracks directly on water until Washington State Department of Transportation did it like last year, right?
And of course, railroad Jesus.
Yes.
Well, yeah. But that goes without saying. I don't know why even like we that was table stakes. We all knew
that. So you're sort of your navigation interest, the shipping companies by means of, well, it's the Great Lakes, so they ship on boats, obviously. They are not super happy with the idea of putting a bridge between Windsor and Detroit, which is where this railroad would cross, right? The railroads wanted to put in a drawbridge, which is even worse because the shipping companies were like, we don't even want a single pier in the river. It's going to fuck up our ships.
The crazy thing too is they had like agreed on it, at least in principle, for a little while, that they were going to build the drawbridge because they had seen the drawbridges over the Chicago River, which I should note is a much narrower river than the Detroit River when you're in downtown Chicago. But they had seen it and they were like, oh, well, it worked in Chicago. Why couldn't it work here too?
Yeah, and there was a weirder proposal, which was the Winter Bridge, where they would just sort of float in a 400 or 500 foot segment of bridge in the winter when there was no shipping.
Oh, damn.
But ultimately, the specifications for the bridge, this is in the 1880s, I want to say, were so prohibitive that no one could figure out how to build one except for an insane man named Gustav Lindenthal, who we've talked about before on this podcast, right?
In relation to what?
In the enormous bridge to what would have been Penn Station?
Yes.
It's that guy.
Oh,
the Hellgate Bridge? It's
that
guy.
Yeah.
The Queensboro Bridge. It's that guy. He has never seen a bridge that he didn't want to make bigger and more rigid. This is early in his career.
November Stream.
Right?
Hell fucking yeah. This is my guy right here. So embrace Lindenthal thought.
And this is the guy who you said designed the 59th Street Bridge and the Hellgate Bridge?
Yes.
Huh.
And
I guess the Hellgate, as it's called. It's actually not technically the Hellgate Bridge, it's just the Hellgate.
Oh no, the Hellgate is some Dutch bullshit that the East River was called at some point. Anyway, I don't know that offhand. Anyway, I might be wrong there. Anyway, Lindenthal approaches like every engineering challenge as a child might. He's sort of
so just me with my crayons.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to make the biggest. I'm going to make the widest bridge. I'm going to make the biggest bridge. I'm going to make the most rigid bridge. Lindenthal comes up with 150 foot tall, insane truss bridge for this location.
Oh yeah.
Right? Just something completely bizarre. I don't have an image of them because I didn't have enough time to look for it. I don't know if any images.
Just some real like Palace of the Soviets type shit.
Yeah, something that was actually probably doable with the technology of the time, but would have been very difficult. And so he proposed this for the Michigan Central Railroad, and they got mad at him and said, "No, we can't do that." They decided to instead maybe try and build a tunnel, which didn't work very well. This is Josh's slide.
Yeah. So as Rouse was kind of saying, right, they really wanted to be able to move freight transnationally for a lot of reasons, including that, they had these railroads that were basically terminating on either end of the river. And the only good way to get cargo across was to take those boxcars, drop them onto ferries, and then float the ferries across the river, right?
Incredible.
But, in Michigan, in the winter, you just straight up can't do that for like 3 or 4 months, or at least that's how it was 150 years ago. These days, you can do it with more ease, relatively speaking, because it just doesn't freeze over in the way that it used to. But
I wonder if that's to do with anything.
Nah, it's chill. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Also, it wasn't like the Trans-Siberian Railroad where in Irkutsk they would just run the rails across Lake Baikal in winter.
Right.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck.
Look, I think a train only fell through the ice once.
Yeah, that's a pretty damn good safety record, considering.
Service delayed due to seals on the line.
Yes.
Can you get, hey. No free freight, get.
So the first attempt to build a tunnel then was actually in 1871. And this is a story that I thought was so wonderful that I wanted to quote directly from the book, which I think, Roz, we both read the same book on this one.
We both read the same book, yes.
This is called The Ambassador Bridge, A Monument to Progress by Philip P. Mason. Work on the tunnels proceeded slowly. Relatively crude tools impeded progress. Steel tunnel shields, powerful ventilating equipment, and efficient excavating equipment apparatus so common in 20th century engineering products had not yet been developed. Labor disputes erupted when Canadian workers went on strike over payment of wages in American money, which at that time was worth considerably less than Canadian currency.
I could never imagine that happening.
I know.
No.
It's like, what the fuck is this, like, cheap American shit?
I demand loonies.
I need them. The workers finally settled for 25 cents more a day, amounting to $2.50 for an 8-hour shift. Inadequate soil information also caused problems. Instead of the blue clay predicted, the workers hit hardpan and huge boulders on both sides of the river. Sulfurous gases plagued the laborers, causing discomfort and frequent work stoppages. 1,180 feet of the tunnel from the American shore had been excavated when the ventilating equipment failed in 1872. Before the huge fans were repaired, 2 workers inspecting a reported leak in the tunnel face were overcome by poisonous gases and died before they could be rescued. After the accident, workers continued to excavate an additional 40 feet before the work was abandoned. Although work on the Canadian side continued for a few weeks thereafter, it too was abandoned when the contractors asked to be relieved of further obligations.
Tunnels haunted.
The excavation...
Loading boring machine, tunnels haunted.
And then this is my favorite bit. The excavation had extended only 380 feet from the Canadian shore.
Well, that's not very good, is it?
Not very good at all.
No, one of the things is, if you look at the length here, they actually got pretty close before they gave up.
Right, mostly because of how far it went on the American side.
Like guy mining diamonds meme.
Just
giving up.
Except that rather than diamonds, it is just...
It's another guy.
It's another guy.
It's 2 of those guys just walking away sadly, kind of pickaxe over shoulder. Yeah.
That and a vent full of sulfuric gas, right? It's those 2 things.
That tunnel is probably still there, That's
may well be. So this again was one of the things that led to them studying the feasibility of a bridge. It failed. The Michigan Central Railroad basically was just like, okay, fuck it, we're doing it. And in 1906, they dug these really deep trenches into the river and then dumped concrete tubes down into it, stuck the concrete tubes together, and called it a tunnel. And that tunnel was completed in 1909, opened in 1910, and it's actually still in operation today. And it's owned by Canadian Pacific Kansas City, which owns basically that entire stretch of the line.
Yeah, and this is a sort of an interesting one of a construction method which is often described as very modern today, like immersed tube construction. It's like, we just build a trench in the bottom of the river and we sink prefabricated tunnel sections in there. And, you're like, damn, that's really clever. I'm glad we have modern technology. No, they did it in 1906. Or 1909, excuse me. That's also how like the Baltimore Harbor Tunnel was done, as well as the tunnel that replaced the Queensboro Bridge for subways.
Oh,
interesting. Hang in there, Nova.
It works really good.
I've been up for how many hours is it since 2 in the morning? 20 and a half.
Well, that's a good chunk.
Jesus. Drop if you need to.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't do that to the listener. I've been missing too many of these lately. I don't want people to think I've lost interest just because my life is falling apart.
You missed 1.
I have okay, it's called a work ethic. And it's
that
driving
sounds
me
Protestant to me.
Oh God! Okay, sorry.
I thought we were supposed to kill white Protestants. What's going on?
Yeah, I said unlimited genocide against white Protestants. Not an hour ago.
No, I have a Catholic work ethic, which is that I don't work very hard, but I feel extremely guilty about it.
There you go.
Atta girl.
So we have to talk about Charles Evan Foster's extremely weird bridge.
Incredible.
So this is after the first tunnel was dug, right? The first railroad tunnel. Now
give me 2 cathedral uprights, the strings off a piano, and a whole bunch of megalopolis.
Yeah, this bad boy's like halfway between the Manhattan Bridge and Tower Bridge, I feel like, aesthetically.
Yeah, so Fowler is working with Gustav Lindenthal again.
Okay.
Right? Like, have you been texting Gustav?
Have you been texting Gustav? Gustav Lindenthal had, by this time, almost built the North River Bridge, but also quite a few other huge, stupid bridges. As I mentioned before, the Queensboro and the Hellgate Bridge. The Hellgate Bridge was just finishing up construction at this point, right? This is 1919. He and Fowler show up in Detroit like, we're going to get things done, right? There was clearly a demand for a road bridge. They were going to design one, figure out how it could get funded, and build later. Gustav had this big legacy. He had actually built quite a few bridges. Fowler had also worked on various bridges before, including one I will show here, but you'll see how there's a different design philosophy here on the White Pass and Yukon Railroad, right? Look at this stupid thing.
Oh dear! Don't look down.
A little bit spindly, isn't it?
This is concerning to me. How much do you trust an engineer who is doing all of these calculations by hand?
Is that thing still around?
I have seen it with mine own two eyes.
Wow.
This is up in Alaska.
How has this survived the test of time when the city of Glasgow hasn't?
You may have noticed the railroad bypasses it now.
Yeah, that'll do it. Well, I mean, also true of Glasgow.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So a little bit different philosophies here. That being said, Lindenthal obviously wants this huge, horrible truss thing like his 1889 design. I want to see what that was.
No kidding.
Fowler wanted something a little lighter and a little more reasonable. These disagreements festered, and eventually, as a result, Lindenthal withdrew from the project.
Yeah, he's right to do it as a negotiating tactic. Demand the impossible, storm out when you don't get it.
That's right.
Yes.
Learned that from Robert Moses.
Yes.
Burn that bridge.
Here's the thing. Fowler's design is more reasonable than Lindenthal's, but still very aggressive.
Well, this is also kind of useful to have an outrider, is like, you think I'm crazy. You should see my friend.
You should see that other guy,
Yeah.
This is going to be a 2-level railroad and road bridge with 6 lanes of traffic on top, 4 standard gauge railroad tracks below, fitted for electric operation, telephone and telegraph wires, plumbing, etc. 2 trolley lines on the upper deck, long, very, very, very long approach spans with grades not exceeding 1.5%, which was a little steep for the railroad, obviously fine for cars, and piers, which interfered minimally with shipping. This would have nearly spanned the entire river clear. It's actually...
God damn.
Yeah. It's a bit like the bridge that actually got built, but heavy.
Sure.
Right? This is the light option. I want to see what Lindenthal thought was the option to do. I'm sure it was like 16 tracks, 40 lanes of traffic. Anyway.
I call this one the big motherfucker.
Enclose the whole river.
So Fowler starts the American Transit Company and the Canadian Transit Company to build the bridge. The American Transit Company in particular, it's going to build a bridge between Michigan and Ontario and was thus incorporated in Nevada.
Yep.
Right?
Classic way to do it. Great tax savings.
Yeah.
Good place to put a bridge. They've got London Bridge there.
Oh, that's a good point.
No, that's in Utah, isn't it? Or isn't it?
It's in Nevada.
Oh,
it's in, I forget what the city
it's in Lake Havasu.
Yes.
That's Arizona.
Yes. That's
Arizona.
Damn it.
Okay, we're all wrong.
All these places are the same.
That's true. Man
it's
was
just
not
desert
meant
and cactuses
to live
and
in Nevada/Arizona.
No.
Phoenix should not exist. It is a testament to man's arrogance.
Yeah.
Almost melted onto the sidewalk one time there.
So Fowler just needs investors now. So the first people he goes to is the railroads. They fucking hated it. They would not invest in this bridge. They thought it was stupid.
Also, they already had a pretty reliable tunnel. So
they had the tunnel, and they had also the advantage of the railroads is, freight doesn't complain.
Right.
Just go around Lake Erie if you really need to.
Whee!
So he dropped the railroad deck from the design. So he started saying we need to get the support of local business interests, right? So he hired a highly efficient salesman named Russell T. Scott, right? And he's this sort of hard selling, New York salesman type guy, right?
Hey, I got a bridge I can sell you.
Hey, I'm gonna
you'll
sell
be
you a
walking
bridge.
here.
Half Donald Trump, half the Simpsons monorail guy.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, Professor Harold Hill.
Hopefully without the clan membership.
Ever since I was a kid, I knew I wanted to be a bridge between the US and Canada.
And he went around Detroit talking to all the, the wheelers and dealers, the various highfalutin, rich folk, right?
The mucky mucks.
Yeah.
Fun thing to say.
He gave them all a real hard sell, and he just pissed them off. He just made them all mad at him.
That sounds right. I mean, speaking as somebody who grew up in Michigan, has spent my entire adult life in New York, and goes back every so often, just from that experience alone, when I go into a bar that's in Michigan, people ask me where I'm from. And that's just from being half shifted to the culture. You come in as a real New Yorker into a Michigan establishment and you start wheeling dealing. People don't cotton well to that shit.
No, this went poorly.
Putting you in a barrel and throwing you over Niagara
That's
Falls.
right.
Yeah.
So Scott raised, in the end, $400,000, almost no money whatsoever for this. I believe it was going to be a $12 million bridge.
That's more than 200.
That's true.
Give me $400,000.
All the locals just being like, can we just put this guy on a raft and push him out into Lake St. Clair?
PayPal.me / I think it's still Avazandum. Send me $400,000.
No.
There might be some tax implications there.
There are some tax implications there.
I would really like one of the Olympus Micro Four Thirds cameras in sand beige. So,
Scott went, in the process of raising this money, he went personally bankrupt.
Never let yourself, as the deals guy, make the deals money your money,
Yeah.
Never work on commission for this shit.
It's like in theater, never put your own money in the show, right?
Yeah. He fled to Chicago, where he took up a life of crime.
Sweet.
Yes.
This life of crime was short-lived, and he was involved in a botched robbery wherein he killed a drugstore clerk, was arrested, and then committed in prison.
Oh my God.
Oh, we're going to have to bleep that.
Just incredible. He unalived himself in prison.
Sewer slide.
I'm starting a new conspiracy theory. Russell T. Scott didn't kill himself. The tapes were blacked out during that period,
Yeah, it was sort of, the wax cylinder was all mushy right there. Yeah.
I know it's just sort of an artifact of describing it this briskly, but it is very funny to imagine that in the 19th century, people wore their lives so lightly that it's like, now it's time for me to do a life of crime. Do the robbery, botch the robbery, kill the guy, go to prison, kill yourself in prison. Dun, 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 dun. Everybody's in the kind of fast motion from old movies.
Hey, this guy died. I gotta go to jail. It's time to kill myself. See?
Yes, you see?
It sounds like you got a bad case of lead poisoning.
Doing the Buster Keaton bit where you dive off the high wire into the sort of through the pool into China, but instead of China, it's prison.
Keep lead poisoning in your mind. Anyway, so
okay,
the bridge.
I try not to.
Ideally, I'd prefer not to. Actually,
I'm chelating shit all the time.
So the bridge didn't get built. You can see some similarities in the bridge design with what they did eventually build. I just find this structurally very interesting. Is that you have a single, you have a pier for the suspension bridge. You have another pier for the suspension bridge. You have the normal suspension cables with the normal hangers, the whole way across the river. And then, unlike most suspension bridges, they were like, fuck it. build a regular bridge from the rest of the way. You just have the suspension cables with no hangers whatsoever.
Hell yeah.
No one else built something like this. Except like I think the Menai Straits Bridge is like this, but it's maybe the Wheeling suspension bridge too. Anyway, it's weird and old fashioned as well as being huge.
That's what they call me. Yeah.
So anyway,
listen, I'm the quickest on the draw for the self-deprecation. You can't beat me.
Oh, I know. That's okay.
So other things are happening in the Detroit area.
Yeah, Detroit's about to kill the planet.
That's right.
Yes.
What is it? What's that quote you like, Roz? God made man. Samuel Colt made them equal. Henry Ford made them all bastards.
Yes.
Through
the Model T Ford. Made people want to get up and go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 22, 23 miles to the county seat. And it changed the territory.
Yeah, we
are living. We have all sort of on a long enough timeline been run over by a Ford Model T.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The Ford Model T is, obviously Henry Ford's product. It's very complex as consumer goods go. You're selling this insane machine to everyone. It has very high profit margins, especially if you're setting up this crazy production line for them and you convince everyone to buy them. Henry Ford becomes extremely wealthy, and so did Detroit, right?
Yep.
And this meant a Detroit-Windsor bridge seemed more likely to be financed if there was just some more money floating around, right?
You could drive your Model T over it.
That's
exactly.
And you could be super anti-Semitic. And
you could do that as well, yeah.
And not have the decency to blow your out on radio.
You could
bleep that, I guess. I fucking hate Henry Ford. Obviously.
I mean, you and I have that in common. In the way I will say is like, again, somebody who grew up in Michigan, the way that the fucking Henry Ford Museum and all of the other shit that is like a tribute to his legacy just whitewashes his long and storied history of anti-Semitism makes me fucking sick.
Well, I mean, that was another feature of the Ford Model T is that there was one lever that just set cruise control at 45 miles an hour. So you could read the Dearborn Independent while driving.
Dearborn,
Ford Model T in traffic.
80 to 85% of our followers, frankly.
Ford Model T in traffic with an "I bought this before he went crazy" bumper sticker.
Honestly, though, yeah. So we need another guy.
Wait a second. That's not another guy. That's two other guys.
That's two other guys.
You lied to me.
One of them's wearing correspondent shoes. Sick.
Ooh. So you got Joseph Bauer and you got James Austin, right? James Austin is a Detroit guy, right? And he is a lead paint magnate.
Oh, no.
Hell yeah.
He's trying to save the bridge project, right? He hires just the guy to do it. Another salesman, Joseph Bauer, who works for J.P. Morgan and Company, right? He's a big New York City finance type again. He has this reputation for saving bankrupt businesses, right? He revives the project. He drops the railroad deck and the provisions for such.
Into the river or metaphorically?
No, the bridge hasn't been built yet.
I was making a... God damn it.
Yes.
Okay.
It would have been pretty cool if he did it in real life, though.
No, that would have been pretty funny, yeah.
Watch this.
Hang in there, November.
Conceptually, the bridge is still quite similar, right? He does all the wheeling and dealing to make the bridge happen. The automotive interests are all of a sudden happy to help because, again, Model T Ford's out. Everyone's got a lot of money, right? You want to have people driving cars, right? And at this point, Ford had built, the Model AA truck, right? So it actually
Ford kills the planet part 2.
Yes. Yeah. No, the Model AA is probably as significant as the Model T, because suddenly you could ship stuff by truck. It was no longer like a crazy thing like it was before, where it was like, well, this truck is only marginally better than a horse and cart.
So what you're telling me is you could maybe take that truck and use it to ship durable goods over say, a bridge.
Yes.
Oh,
imagine that.
Huh.
Yeah, and by this time, the automotive industry was quickly becoming very transnational, right? You could go make some stuff
Still
in
is.
Canada. Yes.
I'm sorry Victoria isn't here for this one.
What kind of hormones do you need for that?
To become the Ford Motor Company?
Just whatever.
Well, I guess just a healthy dose of anti-Semitism and bad cars. And I remember my mom's 1994 Ford Escort that she got after she was in an accident. And that's why my family switched back to Subaru, because the Ford Escort was a garbage car for garbage people. I hope every single one of them burns. If you drive a Ford, unless it's a GT, which you should give to me immediately, fuck you.
Okay, so you want the Ford GT. I want $400,000.
I want $200 from November, Kelly, specifically.
I think you're okay. Listen, right? Yeah. I'll make you a second deal.
Listening,
right?
I'm listening.
If someone gives me $400,000,
okay,
on God, swear that I will give you $200.
Okay, I mean, look.
That day, even.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So really, in many ways, like, you should be as invested in me getting the $400,000, because like now you're like on commission functionally, like you're getting a percentage.
I don't think that's how that works.
I think it is. I think it is. And I think this means that basically you should be doing everything in your power to encourage people to give me $400,000.
Okay. I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
Okay.
No promises.
So Joseph Bauer hires the steel firm McClintock Marshall of Pittsburgh to study and revise Fowler's design for the roadway-only bridge. They come back and say this bridge is going to cost $12 million.
Oh boy, and that's
in like old timey.
How much money is that? Like, do you have a sense if you adjust that?
What's $12 million in 1920 or so?
Inflation calculator. Let's see here. All right, I've got one that goes all the way back to 1913.
$195,151,200.
Okay, $200 million.
That's a steal.
I said 12 million. Yeah, we'll call it 200 million. Yeah.
I mean, for a bridge now, that actually is
that's a great deal.
That's pretty cheap. Yeah. So $12 billion. God damn. Nevertheless, they proceed. They start raising money under the auspices of the new Detroit International Bridge Company. They start hiring more contractors and subcontractors to make this thing happen. Now, McClintock Marshall is a steel fabricator and is, of course, interested in building a bridge that uses a lot of steel, right? Unfortunately for them, a new challenger appears.
Oh.
Hi, it's Justin. So this is a commercial for the podcast that you're already listening to. People are annoyed by these, so let me get to the point. We have this thing called Patreon, right? The deal is you give us $2 a month, and we give you an extra episode once a month. Sometimes it's a little inconsistent, but it's $2. You get what you pay for. It also gets you our full back catalog of bonus episodes, so you can learn about exciting topics like guns, pickup trucks, or pickup trucks with guns on them. The money we raise through Patreon goes to making sure that the only ad you hear on this podcast is this one. Anyway, that's something to consider if you have $2 to spare each month. Join at patreon.com/WTYP pod. Do it if you want. Or don't. It's your decision, and we respect that. Back to the show. So, who do you call when you have a fucked up bridge design that needs to be fixed?
Ghostbusters?
I was going to say, I don't know. Who do you call? Yeah, we'll go with Ghostbusters. That's funnier than my fucking joke was going to be.
No, it's Ralph. You call Ralph Majetsky.
You just call Ralph
the angriest Polish man in the world.
Yeah.
Stanced up here a bit God. Like that one photo of Theodor Herzl.
Yeah.
Just imagining a sort of like bridge homeland.
It's yeah.
I mean, that's just what I call Pittsburgh is the bridge homeland.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. No, the Poles build bridges, the Norwegians build tunnels. Anyway, so
ancient proverb.
Ralph Majets. No, this is actually we'd have to do that in a different episode. Anyway, so Ralph Majetsky is one of our greatest Polish Americans, right? He's up there with Kazimierz Pulaski, Gronk, Norm Macdonald,
Gronk,
Rob Gronkowski, yeah, for sure.
You know,
for a second in the notes, I thought you said Grok, and we're claiming Grok as a sort of Polish American excellence.
No, Gronk. I maybe similar morally. I don't know.
Similar intellectually, and I love Rob Gronkowski, but that man's brain is just one standard NFL the Duke football.
Yeah.
Norman Finkelstein.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's Polish. I didn't know that.
Unproblematic fave, Norm Finkelstein. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And Richard the Iceman Kuklinski.
You want to talk about unproblematic faves?
For excellence in mob studies.
Yes.
Roz, are you Polish?
Yes.
Okay, well then you got to put yourself on that list. You're also one of our greatest Polish Americans.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Listen. I'm not going to put myself on that list for the same reason that, what's his face? Bauer didn't put his name on the Ambassador Bridge. He didn't think it was appropriate. So Ralph Majetsky is the guy you called when your bridge was all fucked up, right? He is most famous for coming in and fixing the Quebec Bridge when the center span fell in the river, right? And he was like, I can fix that. Right. He does other notable projects in the same era. Right. Here's the Tacony Palmyra Bridge. That was one of his.
Oh, where is that?
That is in Philadelphia. Well, it's in Philadelphia.
One half of it's in Tacony, the other half is in Palmyra.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
I feel like I've had 7 or 8 beers, but also I'm alarmingly sober. I feel like I've had 7 or 8 beers and like a sexy coffee with each one.
Yeah.
I assume you are just like well into delirium at this point, and we're gonna have to put you down like Old Yeller.
I'm thinking I'm seeing the millipedes, you know? Like I'm
you're gonna get a visit from the Hat Man soon? All right, we're doing great. Don't worry, Nova. We've only got 18 more slides to go.
I say that. It's just a 1 millipede actually, and he's kind of chill.
25 slides to go. I
just assumed the millipede's pronouns, you know, and really I never thought to ask. So you know,
the millipede's actually a they them who is willing to go in whatever direction. Actually, it's an any pronoun millipede, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Here's the fun thing about the Tacony Palmyra Bridge.
Oh boy.
Is that when I was in Engineering 101 at Drexel, they brought us out on a bus onto this bridge. This is
and left you there to fix it?
No, this is a draw span right here.
Yep.
And they opened the draw span for us. Just
that's sick.
So we could see it, right? And then because this is so well balanced, right, with counterweights and all, there's actually a hand crank back here. And you can manually crank the bridge up or down.
Did they let you crank the bridge?
Yes.
Oh, sick. You have a little like posthumous achievement now. God is going to like dap you up. Be like,
I'm trying
cranked off a bridge.
I'm trying to get to a cranked out Soldier Boy joke and I can't get there. I just wanted to let you know that I was marinating on that one.
Crank that Polger Boy?
Crank that Polger Boy.
Crank
Book it.
Sure. Crank that Polger Boy. Mm-hmm. Yep. 10 out of 10. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing bricks at this point, you know.
just a white girl back ribbing a bunch of 20-footers. Yep.
So he designed the Benjamin Franklin Bridge. He designed, here's the Henry Avenue Bridge. That's also in Philadelphia. Down here
named for the late Henry Avenue.
Yes. There's a subway tunnel in here that was never used.
That was like supposed to be for SEPTA?
Yes, that was supposed to be for a Broad Street line extension up to Manioc.
Interesting.
Yeah. That we never got because thanks for nothing, you motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah, I blame all problems on Sherrill Parker.
Whose fault this is.
Yeah, exactly. And then, of course, down here is the Huey Long Bridge.
Oh, yeah, wheeling and dealing. Huey Long, #1. Hideous and fucking hilarious corruption. And then people can get mad at us and be like, actually, Huey Long is a bastard. I don't care.
So, yeah, his big thing, though, these are all the original stuff except the Quebec Bridge. He did a lot of, taking someone else's fucked up design and making it work.
So this guy is good at bridges, is what I'm hearing.
He's really good at bridges. One time I got to handle drawings with his actual signature on it. I was in awe.
Second posthumous God dapping up moment.
Yeah. So
would you say that in that moment you were cranking that Polja boy?
That just sounds erotic. Erotic, if
exactly.
You will.
Yeah.
So in the case of the Ambassador Bridge, that's what he did. His firm was not engineer of record, but identified a lot of places where the metallurgy could be improved and reduce the amount of steel
doing a kind
needed.
of like engineering A-team, where
pretty
it's like,
much.
If you can find him, maybe you can hire Ralph Majeski.
You could reduce the amount of steel needed. You could reduce the size of like the stiffening trusses, things like that, so on and so forth. He didn't design the bridge, but he kind of designed the bridge, right? Which was bad news for McClintock Marshall because it was going to now come in under budget. But good news for them, ahead of schedule, right? Because they had a contract with Bauer that, okay, if you complete the bridge early, you're going to get a portion of the toll revenue.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, long story short here, they build the damn thing, right? And there's some stiff competition while this is being built because another engineering firm that eventually became Parsons Brinkerhoff and now WSP, we're building the Detroit Windsor Tunnel. But that turned out to be a less practical alternative if you wanted to put trucks over it.
Right. And that's I should say too, the Detroit Windsor Tunnel, that is a passenger road tunnel that is still widely used by passenger vehicles because it is right in the fucking heart of downtown Detroit and downtown Windsor.
Yeah, it's like right there. There used to be like you used to be able to take a nice bus through the tunnel. There was like it ran pretty frequently. I guess that got canceled recently.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because of Trump stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. Even back then, there's folks worrying about the visual impact of the bridge.
Shut up.
The navigation interests were all still really mad at it, but they do it. They just do it. They built the damn bridge.
It's beautiful.
Right? The problem with doing that on the Niagara is that the M in NIMBY stands for microclimate.
Yes.
Blow.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I'm locked in.
There's a different bridge up there actually closer to Niagara. But I love this bridge. I really do. I just love the way it looks.
I really like it too.
Yeah, it's a pretty bridge.
A really good bridge. I love the signs.
Signs really good. I like when things announce themselves in public engineering,
It's the
this is a printing office.
Yes.
So, it's sort of like I miss it. In downtown Brooklyn, the really big building that used to be owned by the Jehovah's Witnesses that just said Watchtower on the top of it in big red letters, but then it got sold to a real estate firm and they changed it. And now it just says Welcome.
Oh, that fucking sucks.
Terrible.
I don't like
it.
No.
Sooner have the like cult, you know?
Yeah, agreed.
Give me the kind of Gotham vibes.
Because it was so fucking ominous too, especially like on foggy days, you would see just the word watchtower rising up out of the fog and be like, what the fuck is that?
Yes. So what we get out of this is a kind of weird suspension bridge. Because again, no hangers on the approach spans. It has an 1,850-foot main span that sort of ekes out 100 feet on its nearest rival at that point, the Benjamin Franklin Bridge, to become the longest suspension bridge in the world.
No, it doesn't. Nope. Ben Franklin superiority.
It factually was.
Nope. Wrong.
You're going to interrupt a full Clarkson of the longest suspension bridge in the world.
This is probably a little bit bittersweet for Ralph because he had now essentially designed the longest suspension bridge in the world, but was an engineer of record on it.
This is the problem you get with being a hired gun, you know?
Yeah.
Also considering his previous suspension bridge was the longest suspension bridge in the world.
Sorry.
It opens on November 6th, 1929, 9 months ahead of schedule.
November 6th, 1929 is like you've been wiped out on the stock market, but hey, new bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
And Prohibition's here, so you can go across to Windsor and just...
That's right. You can go drive on it.
Get fucked up.
Get absolutely hammered and then really drive back home drunk in classic Detroit fashion.
It was 1929.
Yeah, exactly. It's not even, it was like, oh, well, I didn't consume the alcohol in the United States. I'm fine. You can sort of see this is the old Detroit entrance plaza here, right? You know, this is sort of an old-fashioned type of bridge where, you know, it's designed a little bit more for local traffic.
Yeah, you just kind of like bop down the road, pop into the plaza, and head across the bridge. You know, this is, you can see this on the map. This is well before there were any expressways or anything like that encircling Detroit. We're going to get to that in a little bit. But
yes, there's no freeway there. But one thing we love to do in America is really fuck up the bridge to shove more cars on it.
Yeah.
So by in a little bit we mean right now.
Yeah, right now. Yeah,
pretty much.
Just one more lane.
This is one more lane, bro. I swear, just one more lane, bro. I swear.
Like one more lane. Cities skylined intersection gore.
Well, yeah, I tried to pick like the two worst ones I could think of, which are the Brooklyn Bridge, Manhattan approach.
Oh, that interchange Bridge, getting onto the Brooklyn is fucking nightmarish, abominable. It's so bad.
It looks really bad too. Just like it's aesthetically ugly. And that's what we wind up doing over a period of time to the Ambassador Bridge, which is where I'm going to hand it over to Josh because I have to use the restroom.
Okay. Well, let's talk here about the Eisenhower Interstate system.
Do not pause. Continue going. It's like driving from West Germany to Berlin.
That's right.
Do not stop this car.
Do not stop. Do not recognize any sort of like East German officials. Always ask for a Soviet officer.
Hang on.
Am I East Germany or West Germany in this analogy?
My skin, and
I'm referencing here
a
famously digitized VHS thing for British forces transiting across East Germany to get to West Berlin. Right? In which, because of the kind of fictions of the Cold War, you don't recognize East Germany as like an authority at all. So you always insist, no, I'm not going to listen to you. I want to talk to a Soviet officer.
That makes sense. And I mean, similarly, I do not recognize the Eisenhower Interstate system just as a concept, but unfortunately, I am forced to take part in this charade, right? Because the bridge, as Roz was saying, like, it worked pretty fucking well as a bridge. People were able to drive across it. There was a lot of traffic. It served as like one of the most important functional links between Detroit and Windsor, and basically became the core artery through which transnational commerce was conducted between the United States and Canada. But what ended up happening, of course, after the war was the construction of the interstate system. And at that time, the interstate system began to encircle the city of Detroit itself. I think I'm going to have to fill time here because Roz is still in the bathroom. But,
yeah, he does not pee fast.
But what I'll say
he sits down to pee.
Yeah, well, that's chill.
It's fine, but he takes forever every time. Forever.
You know the song? You know the Tim and Eric song? I sit down when I pee.
I'm not familiar.
No.
It's a classic. I can if it's useful, I can sing it for you.
You might as well, bud.
Great. Here we go. Goes like this. What I've done here is I've sort of prepared in these slides, I think, a really striking example of what happened to Detroit and specifically what happened to the Ambassador Bridge as a result of that construction. So next slide, please.
Yes.
I was half expecting the goddamn news drop there for some reason.
So this is a map of downtown Detroit, right? And there are, what I want you to note here, and I imagine you can probably mark these up a little bit, Roz. You see how there are those 4 arterial roads that lead into the center of town there? Like if you go from the left there, you can see you've got Michigan Avenue that sort of goes straight to the left. You see what I'm talking about there?
I was thinking of the interstates there, but yeah, you got Michigan
I'm talking.
Avenue.
I'll get to the interstates in a sec, but first I just want to talk about the roads that existed before the interstates, right? So, you've got Michigan Ave, which sort of runs east-west. Yep, that's it.
That's it. Okay, good. Woodward is this one, right?
Woodward goes up. Grand River Ave is the one that goes between those two. It's the other diagonal.
That's the only one that's labeled.
And then you've also got Gratiot, which is the other diagonal going northeast. Yeah.
Okay.
And alongside those, you have the 2 roads that run like along the riverfront, which is Fort Street, as well as, oh my God, why am I blanking on it? I know what this one is.
Is it Jefferson Avenue?
Jefferson Ave, thank you.
Yes.
And basically, this is how it was designed. And you can see this is not dissimilar from like, I don't know. There's a few cities that are sort of designed this way. Washington D.C. is not unlike this, where
the actual like downtown Detroit is sort of in the what you might call the Baroque tradition of city planning. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
It's the sight lines are very important. The
right.
You have something that not just looks good when you're walking around, but looks good even when you're looking at a plan.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a gorgeous city plan. It's a shame what they did to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Total eyes open. Yep.
Because then you can see right around there, obviously, they just fucked it up when they dropped the interstates down on it. And if you go ahead and click the next slide, you'll see that I put sort of an area of focus here. Ooh. So this is what we're about to zoom in on. Next slide, please.
Yes. Come on, go.
So this is the area that the bridge is around. And you can actually see, if you do one more click, it'll highlight where the bridge is.
Yes.
That is like the feeder off, right? And the construction of the interstates in the 50s and 60s just reoriented the entire downtown core around these expressways. And you can see it right here, the way that it sort of flows around. They go around downtown rather than into it, and they just kind of dump traffic down into downtown, mostly on game days, right? Tigers games and Lions games and shit like that.
Now, Detroit was one of the only cities that completed its inner downtown loop, and that was a bad idea.
Yes, very bad idea. Because you can see that's the Ambassador Bridge right there near like Hubbard Richard Corktown. You can already notice a few things about the way that this is, just in terms of like, again, the flow of traffic and stuff like that. I just wanted to say too, Detroit, great city, has been plagued by federal disinvestment, local mismanagement for years. I will defend it until the day I die. Go Lions.
Yes.
Yes.
So the traffic flow here, right? So all points into and out of the bridge feed into the expressways. So you've got the Fisher Freeway, which you can see is sort of off there to the left-ish. That runs south all the way down to Miami along I-75. And then it runs north to Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. That's the Fisher Freeway. And then you've got that spur there to the Jeffries, Interstate 96, which runs west to Muskegon, Michigan, and then east to, Detroit, actually. It basically terminates in downtown Detroit.
Right.
And then the Fisher and the Jeffries connected to I-94. That runs west through Kalamazoo to Chicago en route to Billings, Montana, as well as east to Sarnia, Ontario. So, like, the way that the interstates are designed, Detroit is the heart of all of it. And what that means is that all this transnational traffic needs to get dumped onto the bridge.
Yes.
And
This sounds like a bottleneck.
It's a bit of a bottleneck, yeah. And it also means that, like, the way that it looks now, and you can see this, all access to the bridge is grade separated through the highway. The entrances to the highway, you have to kind of go around in order to get there. And you can get on the highway from the John C. Lodge, Michigan Highway 10, but basically most people are just going to take the tunnel unless they are trucks, because this entire traffic flow was mostly designed for trucking, right?
Yeah,
so
there's sort of an idea when you're, in engineering, like what are you designing a bridge for, right?
Right.
Which is, okay, you have a bridge, it's entirely full of fully laden trucks, and it has 2 feet of snow on it in a blizzard, with high winds. The Ambassador Bridge is the only one that actually experiences that condition.
Yeah, well, that and the one a little bit further north up by Port Huron. Yeah. But yes, it's because when a storm comes in off of Lake St. Clair, it will fuck your shit up. But I've got another slide here because obviously we were talking about how it wasn't always this way. And if we go to the next slide, this is Detroit in 1968.
Yes.
And so this is before they constructed that entire sort of weird thing so that you could easily feed onto both of the interstates via the bridge. And in this version, because again, this is sort of like retrofitting the bridge to fit the freeways, you have traffic to and from customs on these frontage roads that are on either side of the Fisher Freeway.
Yes.
Right there. But obviously this is more of a bottleneck because of the fact that you have to figure out a way to fucking, get on the highway. And again, it's not great from a traffic perspective. That is why they had to build all of that other bullshit. And we're going to talk a little bit later about how they built it. I want to go one more slide now.
Yes.
Because this is the original plan, right? And you can see the Ambassador Bridge kind of fits here.
Yes.
All you got to do is go in off the road, you pop onto the bridge, pretty straightforward. But because this bridge became more and more important for transnational freight traffic, they had to figure out a way to do something that it was not really originally designed for, right?
Yeah, the bridge sort of contains the seeds of its own destruction.
Right.
Because the automotive industry couldn't be quite so transnational unless they built this bridge. And also, you have a totally adequate bridge for Detroit, 1929, when they're only like a couple years off from building the subway. Michigan Central Station is taking in all these passengers. Right. The bridge is not the only form of transportation out there.
But of course, it ended up being so load bearing because, you can still ship things through the railroad tunnel, obviously, but particularly with the advent of just in time logistics, you got to keep shipping that stuff back and forth across the border on trucks,
Yes. Yeah, the railroad timing is not good for just-in-time logistics.
No, you will get your shit when you get your shit. Yeah, Stop asking us questions.
Tomorrow or 4 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
I have the plumber coming that morning.
Fuck you.
So obviously, the Ambassador is a transnational bridge, so we might as well take a look at the Canadian side. That's the next slide here. This is Windsor, and you can see there in the upper left there, that's the Ambassador. You can also see a little bit further down the river off to the right there, that's the tunnel, the Detroit-Windsor tunnel, which again is used for passenger traffic. Now, what I'd like to just a couple things that you will notice from this like bigger picture. Toward the bottom there, you've got Ontario Highway 401, aka the McDonald-Cartier Freeway. This is a controlled access freeway. It runs all the way from Windsor, eastbound to Toronto, and then continues on to Quebec, where at that point it becomes Autoroute 20, and on through Montreal and Quebec City to Trois Pistoles, which is where it stops. It is the busiest and at points widest highway in all of North America.
Yes.
Wow.
Damn.
So
somebody should throw a bunch of tariffs on all of this traffic, I think.
That would be a good idea. Who do you think could do something like that?
A private company that owns a bridge.
Good news, assholes.
So the other sort of major important road here is Ontario Highway 3, aka Huron Church Road in the city of Windsor. You can see it run, that's what the bridge feeds onto, and you can see it runs from Windsor, goes down, then it goes east along Lake Ontario to Buffalo, New York. And you can also see there's that interchange right there with Highway 3. But the thing about Highway 3 is that it's not, unlike 401, it's not a controlled access highway. It's not even grade separated by the time that you get to downtown Windsor. So if we take a look here at the next slide, we're going to zoom in on this area right here, and we're going to see what happens with traffic going either to or from Windsor from the Ambassador Bridge. So this is how you get onto and off the Ambassador Bridge from the Windsor side. I would like you to note here that, again, this is not a grade separated intersection, but...
Oh, dear.
Yeah. You see that? Isn't that cool?
Oh, boy.
This is this has some major, like, Florida vibes.
This is terrifying.
Yes.
This is like that one road in like Burma, in the capital.
The one with like 16 lanes where they played soccer on that episode of Top Gear. Yeah.
So you can already see here, this is a fucking traffic nightmare. And I've got another bonus for you here, which is I took a couple pictures from Google Street View to show you how it's signalized.
Fuck me, bro.
So that's the one side of the intersection, and I pulled one from the other side as well, just so you can really get a sense for what this fucking intersection looks like.
Travel by train. Relax.
Yeah, we're still allowed to.
Yeah, do one more there. I took one from the McDonald's too, just so you can really see it. Isn't that beautiful?
I love the American streetscape. How can you not be romantic? Oh, this is Windsor, but how can you not be romantic about this? Yeah, how can you not be romantic about this? It's great.
Canadian tarmac has a certain je ne sais quoi about it.
Oh my God.
I'd say so.
There's always whatever road you see in America that's appalling, there's always something worse in Canada.
That's damn true. So I'd just be curious, like, vibe check, right? How are we feeling about this?
Disastrous.
Bad.
Yeah,
No,
seems bad.
It's not very good.
November's flu gaming right now, so.
Yeah.
If I'm doing it this often, is it still a flu game, or do I just have like a kind of chronic condition?
The podcaster's flu?
Give me $400,000.
Give her $400,000. I am sick of asking you for money. I'm sick of recording bonus episodes. Give us your fuck now, please.
No. I'm gonna keep working, and I'm gonna keep demanding the Patreon money. But on top of that, also the $400,000.
But also give her $400,000. Yeah.
Oh, that's wise.
You see? Yeah.
Oh, look at you. Financial savvy.
What I got to say here is that every border implies the asphalt required for the checkpoint.
I hate you.
And the other question I have is this a railroad through, like a railroad crossing through the middle of all this bullshit?
I'll be right back.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Stop the podcast entirely while I pee.
It must be, right?
Wait, hold on.
Hold on a second. All right, to Google Maps we go.
I'm zooming in. Oh, it absolutely is.
Yeah, obviously.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, no, that's a great spot for that, you know?
That railroad crossing is also not grade separated. That goes right in the middle of both of those fucking 4-lane roads that are going to and from the Ambassador Bridge. That is so funny.
Obviously.
God damn.
Well-used thing. I mean, if they're maintaining it, it's got several. Oh no, this is a serious, heavily used railroad. Yeah,
So you can see in the parlance of this show where your problem lies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the midst of these 50 lanes.
Exactly. So, you know, on the Detroit side of things, they were able to solve most of the traffic flow issues by re-engineering that entire area. But on the Canadian side of things, you just kind of can't. There's too much shit there, and you can see as much, you know?
Yeah, well, you could, you know, what you could do is you could go and take a whole bunch of people's houses and kick them out, which they actually did, and then just not build the adjacent span they were going to do. Right. Or you could, you know, they did that on the Detroit side. They never, and they did that on the Canadian side. They just never built the stuff, you know?
Right. So now I would like to introduce you. Again, we'll get back to sort of our attempts to solve these problems later. But I want to introduce you to another figure now, another character, and sort of, I think, our main character for the remainder of this episode.
Yeah.
So this is Manuel Matty Maroun. Matty Maroun bought the bridge in 1979. Straight up bought it.
This is the important thing. This was always a private project.
Right.
This was done at no cost to taxpayers. This is what happens when the bridge is done at no cost to taxpayers.
So a guy who looks like a French prime minister fucked a haunted puppet. Buys your bridge.
He's Lebanese.
Yes. Yes. He's Maronite Catholic. And he was raised in the city of Detroit. He went to University of Detroit Jesuit High School for his high school, and Notre Dame for his undergrad.
Boo.
Yeah, boo. Or I don't know. And basically his origin story, or his family's origin story, is that his dad owned some gas stations as well as a general transportation and logistics firm that would over time grow to be among the 500 largest private companies in America, due in part to the fact that they, of course, owned the Ambassador Bridge. So I have a quote here from an article. This is a interview with Matty Maroun, something called Corp magazine. I think
it's literally in Corp.
It's in Corp, bro. It's on Corp. Or Corp
with an exclamation point.
Well, yes, so I should pronounce it correctly. Corp. And
Corp.
And here he says, the bridge was on the New York Stock Exchange and shares were traded. So we bought a few shares. In the 1970s, Warren Buffett was going to buy the bridge, and he put out a tender offer for more than the current stock price, says Maroun. We made a calculated decision to bid against the tender and said we'd buy any shares that were available right now. A lot of people who had tendered their shares withdrew them so that they could get their money right away. That technique was successful. So I bought 24% of the shares. Warren got 25%, and then there were holdouts. And then the article just continues a little bit to say that then Warren Buffett reached out to Matty Maroun and was like, hey, would you like to buy my shares? Maroun bought Buffett's shares, gained a controlling stake in the bridge. The rest is history.
Well, this is by way of another podcast returning guest, Charlie Munger, the guy who developed the Cube.
The Cube?
The Cube. We love you, Cube.
The University of California. Yeah, the University of California. What is Santa Barbara, right?
Mm-hmm. UCSB.
Student housing cube.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So this is Matty. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next slide here, because another thing that he would buy later on in 1995 is Michigan Central Station, one of Detroit's architectural gems. And both the bridge and this train station, I think, are great examples of Matty Maroun's overall MO, which is, I'm going to buy this and sit on it and do some spectacular rent seeking.
Oh, what a dickhead.
Yeah, yes. He like did this. There were more properties in Detroit he owned, but this was always the flagship one. This was always the biggest fuck you to the city of Detroit. Yeah, was like, I'm going to buy this building and I'm going to do nothing with it.
Nothing.
And I'm going to see it crumble into dust. And I am going to be expected. You have to say thank you to me for it. Quite,
yeah, apparently like his whole thing was like, oh, I'm just going to get the U.S. General Services Administration to lease the building from me. But the GSA didn't need the fucking real estate. So like nothing happened. It just sat there until finally the Fords bought it in 2018. And I fucking hate to hand it to the Ford Motor Company, but they did a beautiful, beautiful job of the renovation.
Yeah, they did a fantastic renovation. And what's interesting is because this station is situated on the Michigan Central Railroad. If Amtrak does a Chicago to Toronto train, which they are likely to do in the near future, this would be the location for the new station, right? It would make a lot more sense for it to be here rather than New Center, where the station currently is. But what they're actually going to do is, now the station has been fully renovated, they're actually building a shed across the street for the train station. So,
what?
Yeah, it's really important that you have a new shed,
Yeah, I do love.
You don't want this old ugly building, do you?
this hideous building. Yeah. God. Anyway, next slide. 1979 was the year that Central Cartage, the Maroun family company, acquired the bridge. It was also the 50th birthday of the bridge, and that was when they did the one and only capital improvement to the bridge that they would ever do, which is put lights on it. And everyone was like, "Yay, lights!
We did it!"
Veering off into the Niagara,
Well, it was actually lights on the like trusses and then across the cables. It was cool. It wasn't what the bridge needed, though. Let's put it that way, because traffic was getting worse. And you sort of saw from those slides earlier the way that the traffic sort of, the natural effect of the development of the interstate system, how that could contribute to worse traffic. And then, of course, NAFTA was signed in 1994, and it all went fucking haywire. By the time we get to the year 2000, 12.2 million cars are crossing the Ambassador Bridge every year.
I mean, the worst part of this is always going to be the trucks, because it's all heavily laden trucks over there. I mean, this bridge, if you were like going to, this is probably the worst abused bridge in the world. Like it really needs a break.
Yes.
I have no idea how it's still standing.
I don't either.
Mood.
You sound great.
So I did also want to say something that's kind of interesting is that traffic, that was like the peak. Traffic on the bridge has actually declined considerably since then. Like in 2025, there are only 5.4 million crossings total, so like less than half. Of course, a good piece of that is that nobody wants to come to America anymore, but like, it's been a downward trend for a while.
You gotta also wonder, like, what was the proportion of cars crossing it versus the proportion of trucks?
Yeah,
the trucks are doing all the damage.
Right. So next slide, please.
This poor thing.
This poor bridge. This poor unfortunate bridge. This is a picture of road construction heading toward the Ambassador Bridge on southbound I-96 that was taken in late 2007. And this construction was part of something called the Gateway Project, because eventually Michigan was like, hey, we need to fix the traffic problem. Hey, Maroun family, the guys who own the bridge, can you help? Can you, do your damn job? And
I'm sure they were receptive.
I've got bad news for you. You will not believe this, but as a matter of fact, they were not.
Oh, yeah. I'm shocked by this.
Yeah. So the project was to be spearheaded by the Detroit International Bridge Company. And basically the idea is, hey, if you build these new interchanges and ramps, guess what? You get to build a second bridge. And and then the second bridge, you get even more tolls from it. Isn't that great?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a great idea. You should just do
an unnatural monopoly into the prospect of second bridge.
I know, right?
Just by jingling sort of like money at them.
In the famous words of Star Wars Episode 1, this is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. And by them, I mean bridges. Because the first agreement between DIBC and MDOT, Michigan Department of Transportation, was basically executed in 2004. And at that time, DIBC was unable to acquire all of the necessary land, by which I mean they didn't fucking try to do it, basically. And so what MDOT did was they bonded DIBC for $35 million. And they said, hey, now we're bonded. We, the state of Michigan, will seize this land via eminent domain. So you don't have to worry about even buying the land. All you got to do is build the ramps.
I do not wish to create joinder with you, sir.
I love America, where the government will seize your land and hand it over to a private corporation. Well, it's amazing.
Interestingly, there then ended up being a 2006 ballot referendum in the state of Michigan about whether or not the state could do shit like this in the future, largely in response to this deal. And to the credit of the voters of the state of Michigan, they all said, yeah, no, you can't do that from here on out. So rather than building the ramps as agreed, even though they started construction in late 2007, they just sort of did their own shit instead. And
just freestyle it. It's fine.
Yeah, they just were like, whatever.
Do something else, yeah.
And here I've got a quote from an appeals court judgment. This is by June 2009. Among other claims, MDOT alleged DIBC was constructing Part A according to a conflicting design, which was not approved by MDOT, the Federal Highway Administration, or the City of Detroit. Things that they were doing. Constructing permanent toll booths in the location where they said they would construct an access easement drive.
How permanent are we talking? Are we talking like sort of pillboxes, you know?
As permanent as possible to generate as much revenue as possible.
What is like a really permanent toll booth? Like, are we talking like some kind of like
portcullis?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. Like some kind of like Nazi bunker.
Got the like sort of firing slits for arrows. They can dump boiling water onto the hood of your car.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like that.
Broadsides at every semi truck. Absolutely.
Yeah, you wouldn't need a second car for that scene in what's it, Godfather.
Yeah, true.
Or wait, no, they did that from the toll booth, but now it'd be formalized.
Right. Installing facilities including auto fueling pumps in the location where it agreed to construct one of the ramps. So they were just like, rather than building this federally and state mandated ramp, we're going to build a gas station.
Just sandbox mode, you know?
Installing facilities including underground fuel tanks in the location where they agreed to construct another ramp. So basically, rather than building the ramps, they built a bunch of truck stops. That's what they did. And the state was like, fuck you, stop. And it went back and forth for a very long time. And finally, it came to a head in 2012, 5 years after construction started. Next slide, please. This is the Wayne County Jail on Clinton Street in downtown Detroit.
Uh-oh.
The court got so sick of Matty Maroun and his aide Dan Stamper's bullshit that they held them in contempt and sent them to jail.
Yes.
Good,
yes.
Good.
This is the move.
This is
always the move with corporate malfeasance.
Yeah, we're prison abolitionists, but those guys go dead fucking last.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I do want to say for reference, Matty Maroun was 85 years old at the time.
Fuck him right in his dead geriatric face.
And that actually put the fear of God in him. In February, the very next month, Detroit International Bridge Company was like, hey, we're forming a special committee. It doesn't have Matty Maroun on it. And they finished the fucking thing in 7 months.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
amazing what happens when you hold guys in contempt, you dead old bitch.
They built the approaches for the bridge that they didn't build.
It's so good. It's so good. So you would think at this point, okay, you know, they built those ramps, the whole situation with the Marouns, it's done, it's dusted, great. I've got bad news for you again, because remember how there was going to be another bridge? Well, they didn't want anybody building the bridge other than them. and they had heard word that there was going to be a bridge built by Canada. Because Canada realized, wait, shit's fucked. We need to do our own thing. And so Canada got underway with this project to build a new state-funded bridge. They established a crown corporation called the Windsor Detroit Bridge Authority. That was in 2012. And they're like, oh, what will it take to get a new bridge going? And so the Marouns, noticing the threat, put a proposal on the Michigan ballot for November of that year, 2012, that would have required the majority of voters in both the entire state of Michigan, as well as every municipality potentially affected by the bridge, to vote in favor of it in a separate election.
What's wrong with total democracy?
Jesus. You do us again. It's that tweet again. You just appreciate why Lenin and Stalin simply shot everybody.
Folks, you gotta get educated. You gotta know when to vote no on a ballot measure. I know a lot of them sound good, but no.
Well, and here I have one of the small pieces of good news in this overall saga. If we pull up the next slide here. It just got fucking obliterated. 60% of voters said no fucking way.
Hell yeah.
So I guess last bit is just to follow up on what they've done now with this wonderful bridge. Next slide. New bridge. You can see they're over on the west side of Windsor there, right across the Detroit River. That is a brand new span.
Yes.
It's called the Gordie Howe Bridge. It's almost done. They're going to start testing like this week. In fact, they already have. It's named for legendary Detroit Red Wings hockey player Gordie Howe, who is a born and raised Canadian who's also a Detroit legend.
Mr.
You can
Hockey,
see that
man.
on both. What?
Mr. Hockey.
Mr. Hockey.
Mr. Hockey, yeah.
You can see on both sides.
He invented it, actually.
He did. The man who invented hockey. And you can see on both sides, you have controlled access entrances. You've got big old customs facilities on either side of the border. Traffic from the USA flows directly onto 401. Traffic into the USA flows directly from 401. And you've also got this really nice big exchange right there in Delray, which goes right onto the Fisher Freeway going both ways. Perfectly designed, wonderful bridge. And if you take a look at the next slide, you'll see that it's also very beautiful. I really like this bridge a lot.
I just want to improvise something here for a second.
Oh yeah.
Just to show you, never fucking trust private industry.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring this thing over here. They built the approach ramps for the bridge they would have the monopoly on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they built it. They eminent domained and demolished the houses of many Canadian people in Canada, right? To build the second span.
Yep.
They refused to build it. And the Canadians had to intervene. Anyway. How do I?
Well, Canadians famously are very hot-tempered and unreasonable people.
For sure.
Or you want us to build the bridge, eh?
Oh, we'll show you, eh?
Oh, that is pretty.
It's a big bridge.
It's a great bridge. I love this bridge.
It's a bit Santiago Calatrava, but in a positive way.
It's,
Calatrava's got shooters out here. Not us.
Honestly, it's just a huge.
So do I of myself.
Bridge.
Oh, you got
don't do that.
20 minutes. And, well, if she dies, we just split the Patreon 2 ways.
Yeah, but the podcast won't be as good.
What about the $400,000 though?
Yeah, we'll.
I have the thing is, I don't even have I would need to do another will, and then I would have to be first thing in the will, Josh gets $200, but only if I get the 400,000.
If and only if.
Yeah. Otherwise, Josh gets
null
nothing.
Void,
oh my God.
In fact, I'm going to ask my lawyer to see if there's a way if we can charge you once I die.
Come on, no.
Oh, you're a genius.
Assess some kind of fees on you.
I like the idea of a reverse will where it's here are all of the people.
I've come to collect.
That's right.
Yeah, it's this is the guy that I want to pay for my funeral.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. I just invented it. Arnold Palmer. I think we should have those be real.
But you can see this bridge. I sailed under this. I actually last time I was in Michigan, I went on a cruise on the Detroit River, and we went under the bridge. It's fucking great. It's a great bridge. It's a great bridge.
Nice.
It's
still got that new bridge smell.
Yep. It was originally budgeted at $1 billion Canadian. The final cost was actually $3.8 billion Canadian dollars.
That sounds about right.
The great news for the United States
should have got Majetski on the job.
Yeah, for sure.
We did this for $9. Fuck you.
The great news for the United States is that we didn't have to pay for a penny of it. The whole fucking thing was paid for by the Canadian government.
We're building a bridge and Canada's going to pay for it.
Literally.
Isn't this the same bridge that Trump is trying to shut down because he thinks the US got a raw deal on it?
Yes. I was about to say, yes. So this bridge is going to be tolled on the Canadian side going into the US, but not the other way. It's owned 50-50 by the governments of Michigan and Ontario. What a beautiful and elegant solution to this longstanding problem that gets private money out of the equation and fixes both the political issues and the issues around traffic engineering. What could possibly stop this wonderful bridge from opening? What could it be?
One FIFA Peace Prize winner.
What could it be?
Like New Jersey, you have to pay the get out of Canada tax. Anyway.
So I think we all know what it is, and it's on, of course, the next slide here.
The orange guy.
As everyone knows, the country of Canada has treated the United States very unfairly for decades.
Oh, yeah,
now things are turning around for the USA and fast. But imagine, Canada is building a massive bridge between Ontario and Michigan. They own both the Canada and the United States side, and of course built it with virtually no U.S. consent.
No, U.S. content is what it says.
Excuse me.
People should have been listening to this podcast when they were building.
President Barack Hussein Obama, playing the hits, stupidly gave them a waiver so they could get around the Buy American Act and not use any American products, including our steel. He's capitalizing at random here.
Yep.
Now the Canadian government expects me, as President of the United States, don't call me Grandpa, to permit them to just take advantage of America. What does the United States of America get, M-? Absolutely nothing.
Nothing!
Ontario won't even put U.S. spirits, beverages, and other alcoholic products, on their shelves, They are absolutely prohibited from doing so, and now on top of everything else, Prime Minister Carney wants to make a deal with China, M-, which will eat Canada alive. We'll just get the leftovers. I don't think so. The first thing China will do is terminate all ice hockey being played in Canada and permanently eliminate the Stanley Cup.
That is my favorite part of the entire fucking thing. Yeah. China is going to get rid of hockey.
Yeah. President Xi, please.
To unperson. What's his name?
Lord Stanley, you dumb
bitch. 20 Chengdu fighters to permanently eliminate the Stanley Cup.
Yeah. And then give it back to its rightful owners, the Boston Bruins. Fuck you.
The tariffs Canada charges us for our dairy products have for many years been unacceptable, putting our farmers at great financial risk. I will not allow this bridge to open until the United States is fully compensated for everything we have given them, and also importantly, Canada treats the United States with the fairness and respect that we deserve. We will start negotiations, all caps, immediately. With all that we have given them, we should own, perhaps, at least one half of this asset. The revenues generated
we literally do. If the bridge is co-owned by the two sides of the fucking bridge.
The revenues generated because of the U.S. market will be astronomical. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump.
Yes,
all
sir.
caps.
So
I mean, honestly, if
worst safety third I've ever read.
It's probably it's probably not true. But if China does want to kill Wayne Gretzky,
they can have him.
Protect that man.
Guys,
they can do it.
Guy sucks. Sorry. Bobby Orr was better at hockey.
Can he take out the U.S. men's hockey team while he's at it?
Jesus, fucking! I hate those pricks. So much Hitler floating around in that locker room, man.
So
that sounds about right. Yeah.
Ugh.
It turns out the Maroons not yet out of the game.
No.
Next slide.
Oh, hold on a second. Where did the mouse go? There it is.
Jesus Christ.
I have to do the thing. The thing is over here. There we go.
They've gone for one last Hail Mary.
Oh, boy.
Matthew Maroun, the son of Maddie, has gone for noted Epstein associate Howard Lutnick.
Oh, my God.
To get him to block the opening of the bridge.
What?
There were two New York Times articles. One was published on February 10 that Maroun actually met with Howard Lutnick right before that fucking post went out. And also, the Marouns donated $1 million to a Trump super PAC.
I mean, listen, I'm making $400,000, or I'm not, but I wish to be, by saying, give me $400,000.
Right.
For Trump to make $1 million by just tweeting out some bullshit, that's
not fair.
It's not. Give me $400,000.
Give her $400,000, and then she can go to bed, Grandpa.
Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Here is the thing. Capitalists are completely irrational. You know why? Because we all know more traffic lanes means more traffic, right?
Right.
Because there is a new bridge, there will also be more traffic going across the Ambassador Bridge.
Yes.
It is in their interest either to support the new bridge, or they are completely allowed to build their own new bridge, and they will make more money off of building that new bridge. If they build it, this is the thing about like the abundance stuff that I never got, is like, okay, if you give capitalists a way to make more money in the future by spending some money now, they don't do it. They never fucking do it.
No.
Just
Scared
like
money don't make money, Roz.
It's almost as if these people aren't actually that smart with their money.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, the fucking railroads make enough money each year to build out a high-speed rail network in all of America. What do they do with it? Stock buybacks.
Yeah, it's just they need to preserve their capital at any possible cost, even if making concessions to other competitors would actually increase their overall profit, which it would, right?
They just extract rent. There's no value added. They just extract rent.
So
anyway,
I see why you've put in this next slide.
Next slide, please.
Which is for completely unrelated reasons.
Next slide, please. This is the Glock 23, which is a compact striker-fired handgun chambered for the 40 Smith & Wesson cartridge and packaged to serve as a reliable duty or concealed carry option. It pairs a 4.02-inch barrel with a polymer frame and fixed sights for a compact footprint and consistent handling. The V-Series retains Gen 5 ergonomics, including an interchangeable backstrap system and ambidextrous slide-stop lever, and Glock's Marksman barrel with an NDLC finish on key components. The slide features front serrations for positive manipulation, and the frame includes an accessory rail for lights or attachments.
The only ad you hear.
Listen to Bloodwork podcast.
Listen to Bloodwork.
I'm not sure how this got here. Sorry, I don't know how this got here.
You went into a kind of fugue state. It was crazy. Your eyes went completely black.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I gotta tell you, this episode has me bordering on delirium, and this is a short one by our standards.
It has you bordering on delirium.
They
You need
just
to go to bed,
extract rent.
Grandpa.
Yeah.
And they're hurting a beautiful bridge doing it.
It's such a nice bridge.
Arthritis. Thanks for the Niagara Falls.
All right. Next slide, please. Jesus.
Next slide, please. That has been my presentation.
These
are my sources.
Thank you for your time.
Next slide, please. We have a
safety
podcast.
We have a segment on this podcast called Wayne Gretzky.
Oh,
hold on a second.
Wayne Gretzky?
Wayne Gretzky.
Oh God, Wayne Gretzky.
Not that I'm not slurring as well, but
oh my God.
This is Wayne 1 up here.
No, that's a voicemail. Don't play that.
Oh, don't play that. Okay. Wait, no, I deleted that. Shit.
It doesn't
Shit.
matter.
Shit.
It doesn't matter.
Shake hands with danger.
Yeah, that's just Wayne recapping the Liverpool match. That's again we No. We're recording tomorrow with the batting around folks. It's no big deal.
Dear Justin, November, Victoria, Devin, any guests, and yay, Liam.
Hooray!
This safety third involves rotating knives, hubris, and the hazards of life on a small farm. I grew up on a sheep farm in the Pacific Northwest, and every time around lambing season, we would put down layers of straw in the stables of the barn so the newborn lambs and their mothers would have soft places to rest.
Oh.
To automate this process,
God damn it.
my father purchased a power takeoff driven bale chopper See attached photo for an example. For those who are not aware, a power takeoff is you take off the power from like a tractor or a pickup truck or something like that by means of a belt. It's like you stick something on the wheel and you take off the power. It's extremely dangerous and stupid, but farmers love them. Anyway, it's very easy to injure yourself extremely badly in like disgusting and horrible ways.
Well, good news. Yeah. We have a segment on this podcast called Safety Third, which I assume is unrelated.
The bale chopper, with its dozens of rapidly spinning blades, would fluff up the bales of straw, dramatically increasing the amount of bedding you would get per bale, and blow it out of the discharge up here.
Love to blow it out of the discharge.
Hold on a second. It had a snorkel of a discharge spout where you could aim the straw much like a snowblower, allowing for drive-by bedding refreshment. This story is in regards to the end of the lambing season, when the tons of now sodden straw had to be laboriously mucked out, layer by layer, and hauled to the compost pile. My father, wanting to get as much use out of this rather specialized attachment as he could, decided that he would feed the manure-coated bedding into the chopper and aim it.
It gets chopped on the way in and it gets chopped again on the way out. And you're definitely not going to create a kind of funnel of high-powered sheep shit.
Or you're chopped but not unked. Thank God. He decided he would feed the manure-coated bedding into the chopper and aim at the compost heap so it'd be aerated and break down faster, theoretically leading to better compost. All went well for the first couple hopperfuls. The finely chopped mixture was piling up nicely. However, as the density of the material increased, the chopper quickly jammed. No. In the process of unjamming the chopper, the discharge spout was unbolted for access, leaving an opening directly to the impeller at the heart of the machine, which had become packed tight with the poop-coated straw.
I think I know where this is going, and I am not excited.
And it's sending out psychic beams in every direction, like, hey, unplug me with your fingers. Put your fingers in here.
Yes.
Also, for anyone listening who's not aware, an impeller is sort of it's the spinny part of the pump that moves the stuff around. Hopefully water, in this case,
sheep shit. Just jammed with sheep shit.
Horrible shit, yeah. I was given a garden hose and told to aim the stream at the intake and the outlet of the chopper to help break down what was binding the machine up. As the gallons of water built up inside it, my father, who was sitting mere feet from the discharge opening, redlined the tractor and worked the clutch, trying to unjam the attachment. It wasn't quite a Herculean task, but the solution was similarly Aegean.
Yeah, I've had days like this,
today.
You know.
And then it happened.
Oh no!
The manure straw mixture had been diluted enough. Pollution is a solution to pollution. It had been diluted enough that the impeller was finally able to rotate again.
Sweet.
I got to witness my father turning around in his seat with a look of triumph, but this was to be short-lived, as he witnessed a 40-foot column of shit water and debris being propelled vertically by the impeller, now running at maximum output.
Again, had some takeout.
Honestly,
days like
I was
this,
earlier today. It was like this for me.
With dawning horror, he realized what goes up must come down. And thanks to the prevailing wind, He was directly in the landing zone. He killed the engine. But it was too late.
It's a world of shit and him without an umbrella.
He was quickly coated head to toe in liquefied sheep manure, bits of rotten straw, and other barnyard horrors.
Damn.
After recovering my composure, I helped him hose off before he went inside to shower. And lesson was learned. We went back to cleaning the stalls the old-fashioned way.
Work harder, not smarter.
Yeah. Thank you all for keeping me entertained during my long commute, and keep up the good work. From Tyler. And P.S. I worked on the Blue Caboose VWXX800, and can tell you that the train commissars are delightful people when they're off duty. It's down here. That's the people who what's the word for summarily execute you if you fuck with the nuclear weapons. Sure. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't fuck around with shit, I guess, is the lesson from that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just scoop it. Just scoop it.
We've been scooping it for millennia.
Ross, for God's sakes, play the outro.
Hold on, I'm
trying
to
end this.
Trying to end it. Hold on. It's no, that's the wrong one. That's wrong. It's this one. Okay.
Yes.
Josh, if the people want more Josh,
there are two shows that I co-host. One of them is called The Worst of All Possible Worlds. We talk about media and media narratives. Every week we do a different piece of media, and we have had November Kelly on our show numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. I was more.
You were more awake. We've had Justin Rosniak on our show multiple times, including quite recently, to talk about trading places.
Trading Places, yeah.
Great movie.
Fantastic film.
Banger.
And I also co-host a podcast called Ill Conceived. It's about natalism, which is the ideology that sees declining birth rates as the most important problem facing our world right now, which is not our position, but it is a position we're interested in interrogating. So you can listen to either of these fantastic podcasts in your favorite podcast client. And thank you all so much for having me on the show. Yeah. I always love talking about anything to do with the great state of Michigan, especially just how fucked up the Ambassador Bridge is.
Our pleasure. Also, if you've made it this far, I have a new podcast. It's called Big A Solve Crimes. It's me, two other trans women, one of whom is Mia Mulder, talking about detective fiction and why it's a trans thing to like. It's really good. BigASolveCrimes.com.
Listen to Worst of All Possible Worlds and Ill Conceived and Big A Solve Crimes and what else do we got? Ah, shit, there's a lot.
Talk your shit.
No Gods, No Mayors, Trash YouTube, Kill James Bond, 10,000 Losses.
End this!
Our next episode.
The voices in my head all the time.
Our next episode will be on Chernobyl.
Wow, how about that?
Amazing. Does anyone have any commercials before we go, even though we already just did them?
We did the commercials.
We did the commercials. Good night.
Bye.
Good night,
everyone. How do I end this?
I'm going to kill you with my bare hands.